What's up guys, Will Mallon here with First Light Fishing Company. I'm an angler with over a decade of fishing experience, and in this video I'm going to teach you why more drifts is more effective. Let's go right into it. Again, I only have orange markers. I'd like to get some blue or black ones in the future. So if it's hard to see, I apologize, but let's go right into it. So, let's say there's a salmon sitting in the salmon river. Okay, you got the water flowing. You have the bottom right here. Let's say there's a big old king salmon sitting right here, real close to the bottom like they always do. Let's say it's spawning time. Okay, let's say the salmon is dropping eggs. So when they're actively spawning, they drop eggs like a machine gun. Like they are spitting out eggs like crazy. And in the fall, the whole reason that the steelhead are in the rivers is to feed on the eggs. They follow the food source, just like the Native Americans would follow the herds of bison around. The steelhead are the same way. They know the salmon are going to be dropping eggs, so they follow the salmon to eat the eggs and follow their food source. So, if there's a salmon sitting upstream and the water's cold enough to hold steelhead below, 60 degrees, the steelhead are going to be sitting right back here. I'm not sure what the hell that is. It looks like a lamprey or something, but let's say it's a steelhead, and they're going to be sitting behind the salmon, and they're going to be eating the eggs. But the thing is, the steelhead aren't seeing one egg go past them. They're seeing hundreds of eggs go past them. So when you cast your float out, if you see spawning salmon and there's steelhead behind it, cool. But really, you can just cast your float anywhere where there's salmon, there will be steelhead. Let's say you're running a float right here, got your main line coming back, and you're standing upstream, running your drift down. And then you have this coming down, you have a beautiful shot line with about a dozen split shots coming off. And you got your swivel, and then you got your leader coming off, and you got a real natural bead, like an 8mm trout bead, like a real natural looking one for the early season. Like a real natural trout bead. You got it like 2 inches above your hook, and you're casting it, and you're casting it, and you're casting it, and you're thinking to yourself, if the steelhead are seeing my bait 100 times, they're gonna know by like the 20th cast that, oh, that's fake, because this guy keeps recasting in front of me. But I was thinking about it, and it's quite the opposite actually. If you're running a real natural bait and a real natural drift, the more times you run it by that steelhead, the more likely the fish is to think that it's a real salmon egg. Because just like when they're behind spawning salmon, they don't see one egg go past them, that's it. They're seeing hundreds of eggs go past them. So when you keep casting, reeling up, casting back out, and you're running your bait by that steelhead, a dozen, 2 dozen, 3 dozen or more times, every time you do it, it's upping your chances of getting bit, because it's reassuring to the steelhead that this is a natural egg, because it's seen it so many times, and what it's thinking to itself, there must be a salmon upstream that's actively spawning and dropping these eggs down to me. So the more casts, the more drifts you do, the more likely you are to get a bite, because the steelhead realizes that your bait is a real egg, or it thinks it's a real egg. Hope that helped explain with a diagram this time why more drifts is more effective when targeting steelhead in the Great Lakes. Thanks for watching guys, have a good one.